Games have never been as easily accessible as today. In the early days of gaming, before everyone had access to the internet, if you wanted a game, you had no other choice than to buy a physical copy with your hard-earned cash. Now, thankfully, this is not the case anymore. With online stores such as Steam, Humble Bundle, and others, developers can provide better deals since there is no longer the need for expenses for CDs, DVDs, and then having to ship them all over the world. Not just that, but this has opened up the door for indie developers to be able to sell their games without requiring a massive budget. In fact, some of these indie developers also release short games for free in order to gain experience and feedback. On the flip side, there are now so many games out there that it has become difficult to actually find the ones worth playing. Today, we'll be looking at 5 games that are really good, can run on low-end PCs, and are also free to play. Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion is evidence that a simple idea can be fun, just as long as it's executed correctly. The game consists of 1,000 rather short, randomly generated rooms you need to go through in order to exit this palace, maze, dungeon. You have no idea where you are or how you got here. Right off the bat, before even entering room number 1, you meet Spooky, who simply puts forth the challenge.
Can you, humble player, make it through 1,000 rooms? Can you find what lies at the end? Or is there even an end? Because I don't really know. Anyway, just go.
Yeah. Thanks. I won't say it's a super scary game, although for a super simple concept like this, with low-res graphics and a price tag of exactly €0 and 0 cents, it's not bad. A few jump scares here and there, a few creepy notes left by someone who has been here before you, and a very eerie background ambience which definitely make it a game worth playing. As a fan of super weird games, I really enjoyed Electric Highways for all sorts of reasons. Apart from the fact that it's free, I love the art style used by the creator as well as the soundtrack, but what's best about it is the fact that once you finished it, it'll leave you thinking about it. Most of it might seem random at first, but check out a few forums where people analyze their thoughts as to what the game's meaning really is. In fact, some people tried to contact the game's creator on Steam to get some answers, and they did, but nothing straightforward, and that's a good thing, because this way each individual player's imagination can come to their own conclusions, and that can be way more interesting than just getting a straight answer. Imagine if the answer as to what the meaning of the game is was that it was a dream. Blech, boring. Electric Highways can be completed in less than half an hour, and it will be a half hour well spent, at no monetary cost no less. When trying out Black Rose, I didn't really expect much. Free to play, not very popular, very low system requirements. But I should have known better. I dig out indie games that are great for all sorts of reasons except graphics and popularity, so it shouldn't be that surprising to me that it turned out to be freaky. You play as Linda, a woman who heard that the house in which the game takes place is haunted. So, obviously, as any rational human being would do, she went there to investigate. Alone. At night. With no weapon of any sort. Linda the freaking genius. Anyhow, just walking around the house with only your flashlight since there's no lights is terrifying enough, and the creepy background music definitely helps with that. The areas you can visit are limited since the whole game takes place in that house. No levels or anything like that. Some rooms are locked and some are not, but As you keep exploring each of these rooms, things start happening that redirect you to go to specific areas for reasons I will not mention, since I don't want to give out any spoilers. As you progress, doors unlock, others suddenly get locked, and it keeps getting freakier and freakier. I recommend trying it out for yourself. After all, it's free, so why not? Boo.
You sure about that? Good idea, Dr. Freeman. You got it.
The next game on the list is actually a free mod for the game Alien Swarm and not a standalone game. It's a real-time strategy game based on the Half-Life 2 universe where you can choose to play as the Rebels or the Combine. Lambda Wars is exactly what you'd expect from an RTS. You need to collect resources, make sure to secure your base from enemy attacks by training troops, upgrade them and your buildings in order to be able to train more powerful troops and destroy the enemy's base. As you'd expect, there's a single player campaign, offline mode versus bots, and online multiplayer. For a free RTS, I'd say it's pretty neat. With a variety of troops and upgrades, it's complex enough that even an RTS veteran can enjoy. But at the same time, it's well designed, and the tutorial, although simple, explains what you need to know well enough that an RTS noob such as myself can figure out how to play and have fun time beating easy AI enemies. There's just a couple things I want to point out. The mouse cursor is barely visible, and in strategy games you want to know where your cursor is so you can quickly choose troops or buildings according to your situation. If you're being attacked and you need to react quickly, but there's so much going on the screen that it takes you 1 or 2 seconds to find the cursor, it could be the difference between winning or losing. This mouse cursor issue is also true for some of the troops. I had a hard time finding my engineers on the map, and sometimes I'd just train another one instead. Perhaps there should be a button that automatically selects inactive engineers? Either way, the mod is in beta, so if the developers are actually still working on it, I'm sure these are issues that are going to be tackled. For the last game on this list, I needed to dig deep into the realm of super weird games. You are a prisoner on death row, yet somehow you manage to escape. And this is where the weirdness begins. I can't really explain what the story of the game is since there's no specific story. Instead, it's a series of puzzles you need to solve to progress, and every little while you encounter a man.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. How y'all doing? Today,
A super weird man, might I add, that will always ask you weird questions, and your choices as to what you answer are always, limited? This man will keep trying to make you question yourself, but at what end? There are multiple endings to the game, so each choice you make matters. What a weird game. But we love weird.
I rigged the questions, only one answer. Oh, you're a funny one. There's always only one answer. On to the next question.
So what do you guys think about this list? Any other fun free games you guys happen to stumble upon? Let me know in the comments. Alrighty, so that's gonna be it for now, guys. Thank you all for watching. This is the Bearded Gamer. Over and out. Hey you. Don't forget to subscribe, okay? And also, like this video.